everybody. I hope you're having a good morning and, for that matter, a great day. Today, I will be playing more Elden Ring, this time on a different save file, because I love the samurai and all, but I really like playing mage a lot, and I've been trying out the different classes, and my favorite one so far has been, what's it, like sorcerer? I forget. It's this version's game of sorcerer comparatively. So, you know, I played around a little bit on my own. I got a little further than I was. I killed the dragon. I can explain more in detail when I show you the game. But yeah, I will be doing some boss fights, to say the least. Okay, so this is a different area. And I'm a shrine, and anyone who knows this area knows what I'm doing. But we'll get back to that. So, this one, last time I finished off the Limgrave Tunnel, and I finished off Bach's storyline. Just so you guys know, I have a huge problem in this game, where when I come up across an enemy that's too strong, instead of, you know, doing the reasonable thing, you know, giving up and coming back later, I do the fun, entertaining thing of slamming my head into the wall until I kill it. But yeah, so in front of Limgrave, there's a dragon here. I killed the dragon. I didn't get any recording of that because it was not a fun fight. It's practically the same fight I'm about going to do, but at least this one's more entertaining to watch. I just hit the dragon with long range spells in its head repeatedly for like a good 10 minutes. It was something. The dragon burnt ruins. I went down here. Warning, there is a chest here that brings you all the way up here. I didn't know that. I was curious on what that was, but yeah. And I went down here and fought the forlorn hound Everall. I did the War Point ruins. I got the great axe, which is right here. It's part of a like caravan. I didn't go up here. I haven't done anything around here. I did go up here and talk to the girl in the house here. I did make it through the giant area. But now I'm doing this. And some of you will know what I'm doing. This is called an Evergal or whatever. It is a boss fight. Typically a hard boss fight. I am level 21, I think. This boss 2-hits me. Why am I fighting this boss? Once again, I have a horrible issue with throwing myself against the wall repeatedly until it works. So, understandably, I'm a bit dense. Damn, I hate his running dash attack. His running dash is what kills me every time. Some may ask, hey, why are you playing a sorcerer if you're just gonna play in melee range? I don't know. I should probably honestly be playing a melee class against this guy, the Crucible Knight. But I'm not. I did, however, see a second phase. To report, it's not fun. When you get him to about half health, he reveals his true nature. Which is not very nice, as you could predict. He's not a nice fellow. By any means, he's not a mean fellow, other than that dash attack in his stomp hat that has no read whatsoever, like cheese. Like, that attack has no read, and that attack is mean. The follow-up to it is just the worst thing. And that attack is also mean. Because it's what makes the dash attack never good to attack. Because get this, you'll die. And die a lot. I've died about 20 times to this one boss. I know every move he has. Some of his second phase moves, maybe not, but who needs every second phase move, you know? Who needs every second phase move? I'm just gonna throw my head at this wall repeatedly. I don't know why. I just can't back down to the challenge. And it's like really early in the morning and I'm like, haven't sleep? No problem. I should have known that would have hit. Common tip, if he pokes attack like that, you typically won't follow it up with another poke. Typically, because it is in one of his arsenals where he does follow it up with another poke. And that's the attack you don't want to fall into. And then there comes the stomp. At least the one where he holds his sword up in the air, you can sort of tell that he's going to stomp. I haven't gotten past that one bar. Oh god. I definitely am showing my wear. But I'm determined. I'm going to beat this boss. And you guys are going to see it. It may take me 200 more tries. And god do I know why I'm doing this. Hell no. I don't know why. Why am I doing this? Can someone stop me? Is this like some masochistic thing? Roll. Heavy attack. Got one shot off. Why did I fall for that? That one I could have easily been hit by as well. That's a heal opportunity if I have ever seen one in my life. I should have predicted that because he literally only has 2 follow-ups to the stomp. He has chase and he has poke. I guess he also has slash, but slash typically doesn't hit me because I'm playing like a wuss. I'm doing that funky thing known as kiting. Oh, and don't worry, you can't use summons during this fight, so you can't make it any easier. Why would you know, perhaps make a hard fight easier in this game? I don't know. This is Dark Souls after all. We can't have easy things. Or our own fan base will get mad at us because we're making the game easy. Hey, I at least got him to a second phase. Yep, he's an angel. Or something similar to it. Dragon? Angel? I don't know. I feel like I can get this one if I don't play stupid. Dash attack. That one's surprisingly easy to screw up. When he dashes like that, it's easy to fail. Don't fall into his false pit traps because... Dude, I told you that charge is mean. Dude, that charge is so mean. That's my best run in a while, so hopefully I can keep it up, you know, keep the flow going. I want to beat him. I want to beat him so bad. I don't know why. And it's not like, this boss feels different. You know, I fought bosses. I fought this charged fallen beast or the tree sentinel. Impossible. I can't do either of those. Not with my current skill set. Probably because I can't choose them out with magic. But as long as we all know I'm not I'm not bad, guys, right? If I admit to being a cheaty mage character, I'm not a cheaty mage character, right? That was a bad run. Sorry, guys. But yeah, this guy feels beatable. I've gotten him down pretty low before. It wasn't like, you know, the dragon where I literally, I beat the dragon quite literally on the skin of my teeth. 10 HP. A dream. I should probably stop rambling as much and just try to beat it. And, you know, cut to the winning run. But yeah, I've heard that many people have been really enjoying this game. I'm really sure that they have been. 100% sure. Like, I've been enjoying this game, and I've been slamming my head against the wall. So, am I really, you know, if I'm enjoying it, how the hell is everyone not enjoying it? One of those. No, I totally understand if this isn't your thing. Right? Yeah, this is where he goes on an aggressive spurt. Like I said, he goes from being very docile to very aggressive. It's weird. The changes really catch me out. But yeah, I've heard that a lot of people really love this game. But I think a part of it is they knew who they were marketing towards. Everyone sort of knows what a Dark Souls game is like. Even people who haven't necessarily played Dark Souls know about Dark Souls. And so knowing that this game is just Dark Souls, but under a different title, it's very much like the love of the creators put into a Dark Souls game. This is like their dream project. I can swear this game has so much love and care put into it. It's insane. But because of that, a lot of people get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Yeah, I would love to guard. Maybe I should just... Well, no, I do like getting the 3 sword hits off the start. I was wondering if I should two-hand the spell. Most of these messages are probably warning you that it's a strong fight and it's very hard and all this. That it's a bunch of people saying get good. Which I apparently need to. Like, jeez. Are you seeing this? Sometimes I'm like really good and other times I'm just so bad. Kind of hurts me. This might just be a Crucible Knight episode with how much I'm dying to him. Just upload me killing the Crucible Knight at level 21 or 22 or something. I'm not even using the physical weapon I want to be using. I want to use like a greatsword or something. I'm typically a greatsword mage user. I really love that playstyle of, you know, you have your mage stuff if you want short anti, like, not lagged attacks. And you got your sword if you can get away with the slower attack. Dude, this dude's run catches are so stupid. It's just so free for him. Goodness me. I'm like not even actually upset. I'm just like mad that I'm playing bad. Like if I was just playing good, it'd be different. But I'm not. I'm just playing bad. I'm just playing bad. Got him. Roasted myself. I'm one of those weird people who rest their controllers on their lap while playing. I wonder how many people do that. Like, I put my hands over my thighs and just rest my hands on my thighs while I play. I'm probably like horribly making some people cringe with the thought of that. But that's how I play these games. That's how I play most games with a controller. Yeah, I'm playing this with a controller. If you play this with the mouse and keyboard, you're even more masochistic than I am. And I'm the person who's refusing to stop fighting this guy. Like, there's certain games that you just don't play with the mouse and keyboard. That was a bad attempt. Sorry. Comment down below if you put your hands on your lap while holding a controller while you play. The only problem with me is I have a huge issue with bouncing my leg. So I'll start bouncing my leg and my camera will just oscillate up and down. So I have to put my hand like upper on my thigh. Because normally it's near like the knee. I don't know why I'm describing the detail of how I hold the controller to you guys. I already know I'm that is a delayed attack. Just so you know, when he stomps like that, you need to wait before you dodge again. Because if you don't wait, like just wait a second. Not even like a really long time, but not a short time either. Because if you don't wait, you're going to be hit by one of the worst attacks. Because that attack's always delayed. Oh, by the way, if you die to this guy, you can collect their souls before the battle starts. So that's pretty neat. They're kind of nice. They've definitely made a lot of frustrating aspects of Dark Souls removed for this game. And I respect that, honestly. Now, frustrating doesn't necessarily mean hard or good difficulty by any means. Like, tedious things are always going to be tedious. Oh, also, he has that set combo where he goes from slash to slash. And this is gonna, like, his third slash is always a poke. So he goes slash, slash, poke. So if you catch out the poke, you can actually walk backwards and dodge it, which isn't something you can normally do. But yeah, I didn't start out as a mage player. I never really did like playing mage, but something about Dark Souls 3. I mean, I always knew I'm more of a summoner kind of person. I really like summoning and playing like the ranger with the summons. Terraria told me that really well. But, you know, I wasn't a huge fan of the mage playstyle in most video games until I played the Cinders mod in Dark Souls 3 and played a witch in that, where you play dark magic. If you don't know, in that game, dark magic is strong because most enemies don't have a high resistance to dark magic. Which makes me want to learn blood sorcery in this, because I'm really excited with the concept of blood sorcery. Because there's apparently blood sorcery in this, and blood sorcery is pretty interesting. That's the set attack pattern I told you guys about. Don't even bother. He's dashing. That would have been fine, but I couldn't read the dash because he did it so late. By the way, the dash gets later and later. He just does the dash whenever he feels like it. It's like sometimes he does it and sometimes he doesn't. And it's like, but why are you dashing? The poke one at least makes sense. He does the poke a lot, right? Ooh, that was almost bad timing. You do not want to be hit by that attack. Ooh, dash poke. Into a double roll catch. That would have been bad if I tried to roll out of that. Taking the hit there wasn't necessarily the goal either, but it wasn't really a solution. At least not a neat one. That's his biggest exploitable attack for opposed to the slam, the secondary slam. Because there's the primary slam, the one with no read, and then there's the secondary slam where he puts his sword up in the air. That one's hella readable and exploitable. That's a real shame. I was really hoping that that was the run, but I guess never get your hopes up. Oh, but yeah, if you guys haven't played Dark Souls 3 Cinders mod, it's kind of old now that Elden Ring's out, but like, I'd recommend going back to play it. It really revitalized that game for me. And dark magic's super viable now that there's a class that starts with it. It just changed my perspective altogether. Like, oh my goodness. That's probably easier to roll cancel. Or roll cancel? Roll punish. If you roll to his side and then... Ah. That stomp was mean. I've taken a small break and I'm back at it. Here's hoping that I can kill him soon. Sometimes I feel like attacks like that hit and then they don't hit. Sometimes this guy has very forgiving hitboxes and sometimes his hitboxes are like insanely unforgiving. I don't know what the deal with that one is. That one's rough. That one's also rough. I'm gonna drink again. I don't care if it's a slight wave. I don't want to cheese him out. I guess I sorta am. Don't tell me this is how it ends. No. Don't tell me that there was a cheese spot in this arena the entire time. I won't let it end like this. I have to fight him, dude. I've been trying for so long. I don't want to cheese him like this. He doesn't deserve that. Ow. Maybe I should have cheesed him. I don't know. I'm thinking I should have cheesed him now. I think I'm gonna have to finish him off with the sword anyway. Damn! No! No! Not like this! Not like this! Come on, man! I'll be back. I'm sort of trying to force him into not using his stomp attacks. And if he is, I want to be able to walk out of him. I don't want to have to roll. Because rolling out of them tends to lead to me getting hit by them. As silly as that may sound. Or not silly, depending on who you are. I don't know, maybe you know this character. Ins and outs. As well as I do now. And you're just waiting to see how far I can go. I don't even know if that's enough for another hit. It isn't. Ah, jeez. I'm getting close. That was a consistent close run. So those were back to back. So I'm getting better. I'm going to beat him. I'm sure of it. You won't have to wait much longer. I'm 90% sure most of this boss fight is just paying attention to, like, it's not only paying attention to the tells of the boss fight, but like understanding certain rules and like how the boss incorporates these rules consistently. I rolled a bit early. It tries to keep a consistent flow. And just understanding these rules is what, you know, defines the boss in this case. Unless he hard commits like that, I don't typically like to drink. Which makes this hard. This boss fight makes me feel like this is a Souls game. I think that's the first boss fight that I like have that correlation that this is Souls-like. Like every game has that boss where you're like, this is a Souls game. And I think that's this boss for me. Ow. Where I'm forced to learn the boss's mechanics whether I'd like to or not. I'm falling for the noob trap. Like, I'm learning this boss fight, but then I'm losing the stuff I learned. Sometimes you can get him off guard with that. Other times it's like, nah. I think it's honestly how far you land from him dictates whether or not you can get that off. Or he from you, because he's the one landing. But he's using that attack a lot more. That tail one? It's nasty. It makes it really hard to close in on him. Ah. And I was running out of mana there. So I would have had to sword fight him in his final phase. Maybe I should try to get some more sword hits off. Yeah, maybe I should try to get some more sword hits off before, you know, trying to kill him with only magic. Get some cheat hits in the first phase. I do think the second phase, non-tail attack, the wing attack is pretty easy to dodge though. If you get hit by it, don't get me wrong, it is still horribly devastating. I'll play this like a traditional Souls player. He really does that attack a lot if you hit his shield. I haven't had to dodge that one in a bit. I don't know how far I should go with sword and how far I should go with magic. Because I want most of my damage to be magic oriented. So I don't know. My strategy is subtly developing. Since I don't have enough magic. And I definitely don't want to sacrifice more healing for more magic. That would be horrendous. He's brutal up close. I think using melee on him is harder than using ranged, which is why I like using ranged so much on him. But I kind of can't do that for like the final phases. Maybe I just switch to throwing knives. Forgo the sword entirely and switch to throwing knives. I don't like a cluttered bar because cluttering your bar typically does bad things during the fight. So I don't like to clutter my bar, but using final phase throwing knives isn't beyond me. Just so I don't have to like relearn his patterns. But it's a last resort measure. I guess if I stopped hitting his shield as much, that would also help. But it's hard knowing what hits are gonna commit and what hits aren't. Like, you don't know necessarily will you get off 2 hits or 3 hits off of this attack. Typically the answer is no hits, but that's a noob trap. Don't know how I keep falling for the noob trap after even dealing with it this long. Especially due to the fact that I keep falling for it. You think I would learn. That one's just me being bad. And now I'm bad healing. Yeah, I was in 1 hit range anyway. I've been at it for a little over 3 deaths, and I'm losing my brain cells. I started like 4 hours ago, took a break for about an hour, and I'm still here. Hellscape of my own design. One where I am the warden. Or I guess in this case, the Crucible Knight is the warden. I was in stomp range for a bit. It's never good to be in stomp range. Dude, it's never good to be in stomp range. You're right, me. Me from the past. Yo, you were correct once. Thanks, me. I thought that was the 2-hit attack. Why do you only do it once? I'm scared. Guys, I'm scared. I didn't think that would hit me. Oh my. I did think that was gonna hit me. Oh my too. The sequel to Oh My. Oh may. Oh may I please come over and borrow some sugar. That was scary. I almost forgot that was an attack he could do. I'm like, why are you raising your shield at me? Dude! I didn't know I was in 1-hit range. No. Gosh. He's pressing down on me. Apparently I'm a button now. Girl, am I a button? 'Cause you're pressing me down. Ah. Sometimes you can capitalize on that one. Not a lot. It's because holy, I saw my life flash before my eyes. Almost died right there. I could have possibly capitalized on it, but I've stopped capitalizing on those. I like my adorable little windows. Like that one. And that one. It's a window. Not a good one. Don't get me wrong. But a window's a window. And if I can jump out of it, you bet it's a window. That or it's a fast-moving vehicle. That secondary hit kind of scared me. Hey there, buddy. How's life going? I beat it. That was 2 hours of work. Two, 3, 4 hours of work. Try parry. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna try parrying. I beat it? That was like 2, 3 hours of nothing but that. With a smaller break in between. Oh my. But I beat him. I'm still just so... I'm out there, dude. Like, I'm gone. Consider me to be gone because I'm just wasted after that one. If you liked that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm so... That was something. Let me say, some of you might go, hey, why didn't you just take the cheese? Well, first of all, I'm allergic to milk. Second of all, I don't like cheesing out bosses like that. That's not my style. I like playing it legit and fair. I may not be playing the preferred strategy of most people, but I'm playing a strategy that I enjoy using. But holy crap. I was not expecting to beat that boss. I honestly thought when I saw him get so low and I shot that final projectile at him, I didn't realize that I was going to just kill him. I thought I would have to throw some knives at him and like kill him through his shield. But that last final hit killing him was just a perfect send off. That's the first boss that has made me feel like this is like a Souls game. Like this is very Dark Souls-esque. Souls-like, as you would say. Damn. That's a hard boss. I would not recommend fighting that at the level I fought it at, which was like 20 something. But like, unlike the Tree Sentinel, it felt beatable. So I guess if you guys want to do the same, go right ahead. Waste 4 hours trying to kill a single boss in a Dark Souls game. Go ahead. I'll watch. Just, oh my. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And yeah, I'll try to make some more coming up here soon. See you tomorrow. Bye.